This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. Okay, I'm back and I'm still in Crucible Keep. I'm about to talk to the head of the place here, Commander Cleaver.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Commander Cleaver stands in front of a massive table, studying a map. His expression is set in a grim frown. He opens his mouth to say something to one of his men, but he follows the soldier's gaze over his shoulder to you. You're in charge of the Crucible Knights? Here in Defiance Bay, anyhow. The High Justice is the leader of our order, but he's currently stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. Fleetbreaker Castle. My job is to oversee our forces in Defiance Bay and to keep order for the Duke. Was there something else I can do for you? Tell me about the Knights of the Crucible. Crosses his hands behind his back. We're the only professional army in Defiance Bay, or in the Deerwood for that matter. We defended the city in Hadrit's day. We've improved our training since then, but Dunreed Rowe can certify that many of our officers come from good Deerwooden fighting stock. Now we're responsible for patrolling the city and keeping the peace. With so many refugees pouring in from the countryside, that's become more important than ever. Unfortunately, that's earned us enemies, particularly among the dozens and some of the more enterprising families in Defiance Bay. He's talking about the Dominels there. Alright, so the dozens and Dominels are not exactly lining up eye to eye with the knights here. What do the dozens have against you? He snorts. They're demagogues and troublemakers. They forget that Defiance Bay is one of the largest cities in the world, and not some frontier outpost. Most of them are mercenaries on a good day, and street thugs the rest of the time. Needless to say, they've no patience for law and order. Tell me about these enterprising families. House Dominel, namely. They're one of the city's oldest noble families and its largest criminal organization. Their patriarch, Gedmar, has been trying to take advantage of the turmoil to expand his operations. We've kept on top of him, and he hasn't been too happy about that. I see. I think out of the three factions that I know about, I'm most aligned, I guess, with the dozens. Even though they are loudmouth sheepfuckers, as Adair said. They seem most aligned with what my character is about. More so than the knights, and definitely House Dominel. House Dominel can fuck right off. Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates, and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Haomar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
Interesting. So they're down a bunch of troops. That's why things are going so badly for them. It's not just that they're incompetent. They've actually lost a bunch of their people. That makes more sense. Frustration flickers behind his eyes. For a second he looks as if he won't say anything, but he surrenders his resolve with a sigh. So... okay. So they're not doing well. It's unfortunate. Anyway, I can help. So many newcomers, can't you just recruit? Quit being dramatic, you chose this career? Fuck. What's wrong? Can't keep a bunch of desperate, homeless, half-starved civilians in line? I'm pretty tempted to say this, but I think it makes more sense for me to say this in character. Is there any way I can help? I know how to handle myself. He gives you a thin smile. Always refreshing to meet someone who'd rather fix a problem than complain about it. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors or golems, right? Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. So, these are golems we're talking about here. Like, or like, they're building RoboCop. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Like, is that what we're talking about here? Viana lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scriveners' dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. That's his area of expertise anyway. Ah, the Scrivener's dormitory finally comes into play. Animancy is tolerated in most parts of the Republic, but some Valians prefer the community in Defiance Bay for their research. I hope she hasn't been forced out of the city, or worse. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have need. Oh, now we're talking. Yeah. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Well, I'm gonna do this quest because I want to be able to buy the cool shit from Dunstan. New quest built to last. Man, I have a lot of quests. Okay, Commander Cleaver of the Knights of the Crucible has a plan to address the shortage of trained soldiers. He's asked Forge Master Dunstan to construct Forge Knights, soldiers made from suits of armor. Dunstan has crafted the armor, and now he just needs the research from Vienna to complete the project. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory in Copper Lane. Cleaver asked me to meet with Vienna, a student of animancy. She's compiled the research that should enable Dunstan to finish the Forge Knights. Cleaver said that she lives in the dormitory with the other Scriveners, but his novitiates haven't been able to find her lately. Okay. And now I actually have a little bit of Knights of the Crucible rep on the board. You know what I'm curious about? Where's the headquarters of the Dozens? Where do you even meet the Dozens? Like, I don't remember. Maybe it was at the Goose and Fox? Or was it the Expeditionary Hall? I'm not sure. Obviously, I know about House Dominel's base here, and this obviously Crucible Keep, but I can't remember exactly, like, where the Dozens, like, actually are. You know, where's their base or whatever. Because I don't have any Dozens rep yet. I still haven't found this Penhelm guy either, but I assume he must be in this room that I don't think I went in yet. You found that Valian yet? Dunstan needs a research. Goodbye. Okay.
Quickly and quietly.
No, I don't need the stealth right now. What I need to do is come over here.
Too long has it been since we made camp?
Ah, now he's getting tired. Okay, well. Something else on your mind? Commander Cleaver said you're working with an animancer to build forged knights.
So much for his talk of secrecy. Aye, I'm building Cleaver's metal warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
Dunstan massages his temples, leaving soot streaks on the sides of his face. He shrugs and shakes his head. How are you creating these forged knights? Suits of armor and souls. Cleaver's had me repairing and reinforcing unused armor for months now. Just so we can fill them with some poor sod's essence. He wipes his shining brow. As long as that scholar's girl got her numbers right, fusing the armor with the soul won't be that hard. But that's not what bothers me. And you need Viana's research to complete them. She's been working out a method to transfer the souls into the armor. Getting the process just right is critical. He holds up one hand. Bind the souls too tightly and you get something like those flesh constructs at the sanitarium. Barely bright enough to avoid walking into a wall. He raises his other hand. But bind them too loosely and they'll be too self-aware for their own good. Mad killers in metal bodies. Yeah, this sounds bad, actually. The more I think about this, this does not sound like a thing that should happen. Do you disagree with Cleaver about the Forge Knights? I disagree with him on near about everything, and this is no exception. These Forge Knights won't solve our manpower problem. He can call them what they want, but they aren't knights. He folds his arms and looks at the ground. And don't get me started on that other problem. Those souls he's bought. How the fuck do you buy souls? Souls for sale. That's right, I got souls for sale. I mean, I don't even. That sounds really bad and unethical. Aren't those souls like trying to reincarnate into a new life? And you're just like, no, fuck your new life. We're buying your soul and we're putting it in a fucking suit of armor. Have fun. That sounds terrible. Those souls he's bought to power the Forge Knights? Cleaver keeps telling himself that they came from willing donors, but he knows better. There's a reason you have to buy souls through less than legal channels. We should be clearing those scavengers off the road, not doing business with them. Does that mean that in this world you can literally sell your soul? Like people can go to somebody and be like, "Here you go. You can have my soul after I die." And you just give me money for it now? Because that's kind of amazing. Like, that's an amazing element of the setting, if that's true. Like, desperate people that are poor, they have to have money, but they can't get it any other way. So they literally sell their soul. And then, like, to whoever, animancers or dark sorcerers or something, can do all kinds of fucked up shit with their soul or whatever. Like, that's amazing. Spirit. You just typed spirit. Spirit. Some people fear it. Some people cheer it. Spirit. Some people just won't go near it. Enough about the Forge Knights. If only. Goodbye. I have a feeling I'm going to get to make a choice in this quest. Because you notice, it's a quest. It's not just a task. If it was just a task, it would just be like, walk over there, get the research, bring it back, we're done. But it's a quest, so it's got more, and it's going to be more involved. So I think I'm going to get to make a choice. I'm going to get to choose whether to actually deliver the research and let the Forge Knights be built, or whether to, like, not do that. And I'll be able to complete the quest, I think, even choosing not to do it. Which is obviously the choice I'm going to make. Because fuck those Forge Knights. We don't need a bunch of Robo-Cops running around. That's what I was waiting for. Is that what you were? Is that why you typed spirit? You just wanted me to. You just wanted me to do the little bit of the spirit song. As sure as I'm me and the skies are blue, the spirit is the key to unlock the true you. Spirit. Some people fear it. Some people cheer it. Spirit. Some people just won't go near it. I'm not sure if I know the words exactly right, but it's something like that. It's a great song. They haven't been able to find her lately. I asked Dunstan about the Forge Knights that he's working on. He seemed to harbor reservations about the project. Alright, cool. This quest is going to be interesting then. Okay, so Scrivener's Dormitory. Travel to the cave. I'm not doing that right away because it sounds hard. Oh yeah, so here, I'm trying to do this. So if he's not in this room, then I don't know where the hell he is.
Lies this way.
Oh, okay, there he is. Cool. Blades are razor sharp. There's not a single hidden object in this whole map. Nor was there one in the Ducal Palace or the Valiant Embassy or the overworld map. But First Fire sucks for hidden objects. Struggle and strife forge our spirit into a sharp weapon. Haven't heard him say that before. The Knight of the Crucible carries herself with a solemn demeanor. This one's got, like, different stuff than every other Crucible Knight that I've seen. Okay. Alright, well, here's Penhelm.
If we get some sleep.
Oh, now Anna's tired, too. Alright, whatever. A quick save before I talk to Penhelm. Oh, he's only a novitiate? What a scrub. The young novitiate's armor is recently shined, and his hair is clean and neatly combed. It's hard to believe he's ever seen battle, or that the scarred, antique breastplate he wears could possibly be his. Oh, that's the breastplate we're looking for. Are you looking for something? How does one become a knight? We don't take just anyone. Our members share soul legacies with the very men and women who defended this land a century and a half ago. He shifts his weight and coughs. See, he's already faking it. He did forge his thing. He doesn't share a soul legacy with shit. Anyhow, Commander Cleaver is responsible for initiations, but he rarely accepts foreigners. Was there anything else? Tell me about the Knights of the Crucible. We're the primary defenders of Defiance Bay. The Order's founders were the first to rally for Derwin independence. He waves his hand. Of course, that's ancient history now. Now, we're the most prestigious company of soldiers in the Deerwood. It's a glorious line of work. He scrunches up his nose. If you can forget about the barracks, that is. Does the name Osric sound familiar? He sniffs. If you've got any self-respect, you won't associate with him, or with any of his new friends at the Expedition Hall, for that matter. Scamps and delinquents, the lot of them. What's the story between you two? Osric has always held some controversial opinions, but they went unlooked for the longest time, because his family has such an extensive history of service in the Crucible Knights. He frowns and crosses his arms. He finally went too far. He had the gall to suggest that we had strayed too far from our roots, that some of our officers were beginning to resemble a Daedira in nobility. He rubs a spot on his bracer with a silk handkerchief. Oh, really? He would have us all wear rough spun and fight with forge hammers. I merely reported his statements. If the knights obsessed over their past, they wouldn't have grown into the fighting force they are today. Penhelm nods. I quite agree, and that's why Osric has no place here. Is that his breastplate you're wearing? It was. He looks down and admires it. It became property of the Crucible Knights when he was discharged. Now it's mine. And it's not for sale, if that's what you're wondering. Not every day you find armor that was used in the rebellion. He says your affidavit is a forgery. Just what would he know about that? It's perfectly convenient for him to cast aspersions, what with his pedigree in the Knights. He folds his arms. He blinks at you. It's a lie, of course. Enough about Osric. On that we can agree. Farewell. Alright, well, didn't learn anything new there. Penhelm seems to have taken Osric's arm for his own, but I have his affidavit in hand as a possible bargaining chip. Curran, the cipher who signed off on Penhelm's affidavit, works at Hadrit House in Brackenbury. He should know for certain whether or not the affidavit is genuine. Ah, so I need to take it to Dunrid Row and see if it's legit or not. Penhelm doesn't appear to be keen on parting with Osric's armor, which he is presently wearing. More leverage is required. Okay. Penhelm nods his meticulously groomed head. What brings you back to the keep? Nothing. Farewell. Alright, so... I think I'm done in here. Whoa, 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 barrel that I haven't looted.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Oh, that's got the camping supplies in it. Alright. Let's, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to somewhere else that's not where we are. Yeah, so I can go to Dunwood Row. These are the places I need to go. I need to go to Edowin Bridge. I need to go to Heritage Hill, but I'm going to put that off until I've done these other easier ones, basically. So, Edowin Bridge. And I need to go to Dunwood Row. Not doing that now. And I need to go to the Scrivener's Dormitory. Those are the three places that are next on my order of business. So, basically, let's go to... Scrivener's Dormitory is here. Dunwood Row is here. Let's just go to, Dunwood Row first. I don't think this is going to take me anywhere. We'll go here first. We'll talk to Corinne.
Oh, time for a nap.
Yeah, I know. Y'all are tired. I don't think I'm going to have any combat in here right now, so I'm not worried about it yet. No, there's Curran.
How do you do?
Curran's quick hands are busy with the mountain of scrolls before him. Hello again, my mysterious friend. Show him Penhelm's affidavit. Is this affidavit real? It's signed by you. He holds the page, but seems to stare through the words, as if at something woven in the fabric of the paper. Curran bares his pointed teeth. I remember Penhelm, a preening peacock of a man, his mouth dry and hands moist, when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Adirian general, one who'd fought against Hadrit's rebellion. He scans the affidavit. A forgery, and not the first I've seen. He hands it back to you. But I've no time for the knights and their obsessions. Bring this to his commander, Cleaver, and show him the seal. He points to the wax stamped by his forged signature. If he compares it with another, he should be able to spot the difference. Alright, thanks. Farewell. He's not gonna say anything. Okay. Cool, well that was easy enough. Show the affidavit to Commander Cleaver. Osric was right. Dunwood Row found that Penhelm shared a soul legacy with a general who opposed Deerwooden independence. The Crucible Knights would have never admitted him. The document I have is a fake affidavit created to hide Penhelm's tainted soul legacy. Curran has suggested that his superior officer at Crucible Keep, Commander Cleaver, can have him dealt with. Alright, well that was easy enough. Let's get out of here. Before I go back to Crucible Keep, I'm going to go to the Scrivener's Dormitory, though. The lights just went off. It must have just hit hour 6, so they turned off the lights because now the sun's starting to come up. Well, look, it's Penhelm and a bunch of his homies here to harass me. Well, that's not going to go well for them. Because I'm going to rest pretty soon, and I'm going to be able to refresh everything. So I'm going to, like, pull out the stops if these guys attack me. Summoning shades and anything.
What?
You can't use that out of combat, right?
On your word.
No, it's... Oh, must be in combat, okay.
Of course.
Penhelm's face is white.
Just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my novitiates told me he'd seen someone in the records room.
He takes a slow step towards you, extending his hand.
Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you.
His other hand comes to rest next to his sword. This one's so good.
Cheer up. You always thought you were someone special. Soon, everyone will know you are.
He draws his sword and spits at your feet.
I won't let you ruin me over this.
Well, I'm afraid you will let me ruin you, actually. Here's how this is gonna go. Apparently we're not in combat yet. Alright, go. Oh, he's a paladin, huh? Activating Zealous Focus. Is that one a cleric back there? I think he is. But let's
Following your lead.
Yeah.
Three shades just popped in here. Y'all are fucked now. Okay, so the Animat is going to attack. Wait, what?
Yeah. Your thoughts must flow
What?
deeply indeed.
They have abilities that I can use? I never noticed that. He can heal? The Animat can heal. And knock down. Holy crap. I never knew that the summons had abilities. It's freaking amazing. Alright. And I can use the Shades thing. Draining Freeze. Twice an encounter. The 10-meter range. Wow. Might and Constitution drain. That is... that is awesome. He's gonna use that on Penhelm. These two are gonna use it on that guy. I should just stand back and let my summoned creatures kill all of these people.
I'm ready.
But I'm not going to do that. What, how did this guy get past everything and get to us? How is that even possible? Obnoxious. Alright, well, since you're here...
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Gravy Mother, charm him.
Yeah.
We'll silent scream on Penhelm.
On your word.
Kana. Oh yeah, I'm using all the stuff, so I don't even care. I don't even care.
What?
Endurance. Interdict. Alright, this guy's dominated. So now GM can...
Eh?
Actually, no, let's just Mind Blade some fools.
What?
Hey.
Alright, well that was easy.
Eh? Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Following your lead.
This guy's about to get wrecked.
I'm ready. My mind feels sharp as chips.
Well, okay then.
Close your eyes, Watcher. Not all of us are on such bad terms with sleep.
Cool. Well, That was easy. Man, if I summon all my summonable stuff at once, it's kind of amazing. Ooh. Osric family bread. Well, quest complete. I don't even have to take the evidence to... What the hell just happened? It was weird. My screen just went black for a second. Hold on a second here. Alright. Yeah, that was weird. Something happened with my Windows. Osric's family breastplate. This old breastplate has its share of battle scars, but it's clearly been well preserved over the years, and still bears some of its original shine. The symbol of a flame is emblazoned across its middle. Alright. Yeah, so I don't even need to take the evidence to his superior now. I got the breastplate. Took it off his corpse. And I just killed a bunch of members of their knighthood, though. I would think they're not going to be too happy with me. Like, it was self-defense, though, right? I mean, I had to. Like, it was a rogue element within their order. Penhelm tried to kill me to protect his secret. He failed miserably. I can now recover the breastplate and take it back to Osric. Need to retrieve Osric's breastplate from Penhelm's corpse. Return to Osric with the breastplate. Penhelm has been dealt with, and the breastplate is now in my possession. Osric will want to know the outcome.
My eyes are peeled.
Hey Cyril, how you doing? Just happened again. What's going on with my computer right now? Well, I guess everything's fine. I don't know. So, I can go back to Osric. But first, I shall, Oh yeah, it's Ellipsis guy. First, I shall go to the Scrivener's dormitory, where they scrive stuff. Sometimes they even scriven it. Dalton's still standing here, huh? Thank you, my Rowena and I can finally have peace. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, we've heard. No, not into the Hall of Mysteries. The dormitory's over here. Dormitory is over here. Quest updated, built to last. Find Viana. I found the Scrivener's dormitory. Based on what Cleaver told me, Viana and her research should be in here somewhere. You know what? Actually, I didn't think about the loading screens. I should have done this before I came in here, obviously, because that would have saved us a couple loading screens, but I want to go rest at the inn real quick first. Because we're tired and everything, and
Greetings.
can hire level 6 adventurers now. It's awesome. Okay. Right. So sell some stuff. Make it. I'm up over 10,000 again. And now that I won't be building any more things at my keep, that number should just start going up and up. So I will stay in the Fletcher stay. And now we're good to go. I'm highly tempted to stop by the weapon merchant in the place and buy another fine blunderbuss. Give its grieving mother. Highly tempted. This guy had fine blunderbuses, didn't he? Oh, he just has a normal blunderbuss. Not fine, really. He's got all my books. Most of my books. Intellect hat. Still looking kind of nice. I think I'll wait on the blunderbuss. No, fuck it. I'll buy it. She'll have this blunderbuss. Okay, now they both have a blunderbuss. So I have the their arbalist equipped first, so they'll shoot that once, and then they'll both switch over to the blunderbusses and use that for the rest of a combat.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Alright, now I'll go in the Scrivener's dormitory. I'm not sure if there's going to be a fight in here. You never know. This is it right here, isn't it? Yeah.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Alright, so I've been in here and explored this place before. Of course, things might be different now that I have a specific quest. Come in here. What's going on here? Ah, that's her diary. Alright, hold on. We've heard Heard all that. Let's talk to Corin real quick.
Greetings.
Corin sways slightly from side to side. Your skin's still green, but you lost your ducks. Oh yeah, he's the drug, all the weird drug seller guy.
Hail, traveler.
I'm looking for Viana.
I like Viana. She's always talking about metal men, which is strange, since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. Brow wrinkles. I don't talk about metal men either, and I do eat snowcap. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend, Bessia. No, Classia. Yes, Classia. Classia is the friend she's gone to meet. In Andra's gift. In a house, not a boat. North house, empty house. Andra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. He beams at you and nods his head. Alright, thanks, crazy guy. Farewell. I learned that Viana was going to meet a woman named Clesia in Andra's gift. They were planning to meet in an empty house in the northern end of the district. And now... we'll take that. And we will read it. This looks like a diary belonging to someone named Viana. The latest entry bears yesterday's date. Clesia arrives tomorrow. The way we parted after her last visit, I didn't think she'd return. When I received the letter from Ozia, I expected the worst. The distance has been hard for her, and my focus on my research hasn't made things any easier. Tomorrow, none of that will matter. The things we said, the things I didn't say... I'll have the chance to make it up to her. I wish we had more privacy here, but for now, that old house on the north side of Andra's gift is still empty. Alright, so Clesia sounds like this was somebody, either her lover or her sister or somebody that she was very close with. They had a falling out. Ozi is one of the cities down in the Valian Republic, so that's where... oh yeah, and they said Viana was Valian, so she moved up here from Vailia. And now, this important person from her past has come... Unless it was just a trap or something. Kind of ruse. I would imagine there would be other people who would be interested in getting their hands on her research as well. So she could be in trouble. She could be dead. We shall see when we go to the house in Andra's gift. But, while we're here... in Copper Lane, it makes the most sense to go back and talk to Osric now. Best bounty that's come up in a long while, and guess who steals it out from under me? Bind that rotten bastard. At least he didn't kill you. Him and the Giant Slayers are mean sons of bitches. Are they? Oh yeah, those guys. They seem like assholes. Okay, so we're back here at the Expedition Hall.
Laying low.
Which I think is also kind of the headquarters of the Dozens. I think, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. Oh yeah, tell me about the Dozens. So these are the Dozens. Alright. Yeah, he's told me that before. It just, I didn't remember.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Okay, so... here's Osric again. we have his armor for him, so he's going to be very pleased. Let me know how it goes with the knights.
Is this the armor you wanted?
Osric wavers a moment in disbelief. He looks at you, then back at the breastplate. He reaches for it slowly, as if expecting it to disappear before he can touch it.
How did you manage this? You were right about the affidavit. Unfortunately, Penhelm forced me into a fight. A shame it ended like that. But he's the lying weasel who started this. You did all I asked, and you were owed much.
He withdraws a leather coin purse from his pocket and hands it to you.
Stop by Sonald's shop on the other side of the hall. She sells some of the best gear in the city, and I'll see that she opens her inventory to you.
Oh, now I got some positive rep with the dozens for the first time, and a little bit of Defiance Bay. Awesome.
What is this armor to you anyway?
Osric looks around, trying to appear casual.
It's nothing really, just a keepsake.
He tries to look you in the eye. But when he does, he appears to reconsider. He sighs.
It commemorates the Order of Magran. Highest order of valor. Awarded to the dead, never the living. Us Deerwoodens. Real Deerwoodens. We don't have nobility or birthrights. Unless you're some copper fucker from Ader. All we got's the honor we bring to our family name.
The Order of Magran is... well, they don't give it out too much. Not often you see a member of the dozens whose revolutionary ties are as good as he says they are.
So this...
He pauses, considering the weathered metal, a pale image of its former self, but still catching the light.
Is something to live up to. Got business with me?
You want an expedition? Talk to Wenham. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Alright, we've heard that before. Okay. Quest completed, Rogue Knight. Boom. So... Penhelm attacked me after I learned about his forgery. Osric seemed to regret his death, but he was glad to have his breastplate back. And now I have lots of reputations. Faintly good with the dozens, faintly good with Defiance Bay, still neutral with Knights of the Crucible. Dominel hates me. Gilded Vale loves me. What did I get for that? 2,000 copper? Holy shit. Wow, that's a good reward. And a decent chunk of XP. Okay. 2,000 copper. That just paid for, and a little bit more, that blunderbuss I just bought. It's great. Up to 11,000. Feeling good about that.
Hey. Of course.
And now I can do two things.
Flame reveal.
I can both get expeditions from the expedition guy, and I can shop at the awesome... Why are you guys being slow as hell? And I can shop at the awesome shop here, so let's see what they have. I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to feel really foolish in a second, I know I am. Because she's going to have some better blunderbuss, and I'm going to be sad that I just bought that one for 1,500 copper when I didn't need it. But we'll see. Hold on.
So the wilds haven't claimed you yet?
She smiles.
Good to see you again. Show me your wares.
Yeah, there's a fine blunderbuss right there. Exceptional. She has some exceptional weapons. Oh, she has a bunch of cool shit. Berserker's Belt. Usable by Barbarian. 20% more frenzy duration. That's nice. This belt was the product of a strange collaboration between the famed barbarian Strungmer and an animancer of comparatively lesser fame. Strungmer was determined to extend the period in which he could cast himself into a fearless frenzy, for it was the means by which he survived most of his many battles. The animancer, in turn, was much intrigued by the opportunity to investigate the affliction of temper. Over a period of time, the trigger for Strungmer's rage was isolated, and the belt was imbued with a spell which mimicked the effect. The resulting damage done to the laboratory ensured that the pair never collaborated again, but Strungmer was very pleased with the belt he received. Munakra Arit. Oh, cool. Lets you cast Whisper of Treason. That's my charm spell that I have as a cipher. And plus 15 will. Holy crap. This exquisite piece was crafted by alchemists for a secret society of aristocrats in Old Vailia. Throughout its history, it has graced the ocular orbits of scheming nobles, influential politicians, and charming salesmen. The dark brass monocle features intricate gear and leaf filigree along the rim. It confers sophistication and carries the unmistakable scent of old money. Okay, so it's a monocle. Really, it's a monocle that gives you plus 15 will and lets you cast Whisper of Treason. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Cloak of the Fox and Hunter. Ooh, grants summon noble creature. That sounds rad. And 5 will and 10 reflex. Sounds like a good item. A dear wooden legend tells the story of a hunter who spent days in the woods trying to find food for her family. In her first trap, she caught a boar. "Please, great hunter," the boar begged when she approached. "I am no ordinary boar. I am the ruler of my kind. If you free me, I will reward you greatly." So the hunter freed the boar, who ran off laughing, never to be seen again. Her second trap caught a turkey. "Please, powerful hunter," the turkey said when she approached. "I am no ordinary turkey. I am the ruler of my kind. If you free me, you will get rewards such that you cannot imagine." So the hunter released the turkey, who also ran off laughing, never to be seen again. The final trap held a fox. "Please, mighty hunter," the fox began as she approached. "I will not free you," said the hunter. "Already I have lost 2 wonderful meals. I will not lose a third. If you truly will reward me, then I will free you. But you must leave something of yours behind, so I will know you will return." So the fox left behind the length of its legs, enchanting the hunter's cape with his grace and reflexes. The fox returned to its kind, but was rejected for its short-legged appearance. "You look like a dog," her fellows taunted. No longer welcome among her kind, the fox returned to the hunter and offered another deal. She would aid the hunter in all endeavors as payment for her life. This cloak represents the bargain between the fox and the hunter. Weathered and worn, this cloak is tan with light splotches. When pulled over the head, the corners look like erect dog ears. That's a pretty cool item. I would like to own that. And that. Bile Stompers. Minor Spellbind, Fetid Caress. Grants minor Fetid Caress. I think Fetid Caress was a pretty decent spell. Corrode DR. So damage reduction against Corrode, and it lets you do a Fetid Caress. These boots were created in a small village in the Living Lands that is bordered by a toxic swamp and frequently overrun by venomous weeds. Though the hard O-soles have withstood years of use, the edges of the leather show signs of corrosion. It's believed that some of the venom has seeped into the boots. Huh. Snurf's Folly. +2 con, +1 resolve. That's a nice ring. Once belonging to the wife of a noted animancer known as Snurf. This white gold wedding ring is set with a central pink stone flanked by 2 small diamonds. The shine of the gem stands in stark contrast to the grimy, worn band. It is rumored that while his love was ill and on the brink of death, the desperate Animancer performed a radical experiment to merge her soul with his. According to most versions of the tale, her already weakened body was unable to withstand the strain of the binding. While this process extinguished the little life left in her body, it overwhelmed her soul, fragmenting it into oblivion. Overcome with guilt and despair, the once great man lived out the last of his days in a Svef-induced madness, holding on to the hope that he might somehow glimpse traces of her soul amongst his own pitiful reflection. Well, that's a sad story. Left behind a nice ring, though. What about the dandy hat of the diseased yak? 2 resolve, -1 intellect? Fuck that hat. The legend behind this hat is that it once belonged to a famed prince of a small kingdom that was conquered and absorbed into the Adiran Empire. The prince and his court were known for their outlandish dress, but not, unfortunately, for prowess in battle. In fact, when the prince learned that the Adiran army was marching toward him, he threw a fabulous party to welcome the invaders. This hat survived the war and subsequent occupation and has been traded in many a dark corner by those wishing to further their social standing with panache. Lined with garish purple silk and adorned with a large chartreuse feather, the hat makes a strong, if questionable, fashion statement. Alright. What about the bracers of all-consuming rage? Those are good. +2 might and +1 con? On a hand slot. Those are solid. When the husband and children of Elena Skycleaver were captured by Terwin the Black-Hearted, she and her troops besieged his castle, hoping to negotiate her family's return. Instead, Terwin had them impaled on the battlements while Elena watched from below. Upon seeing the atrocity, Elena abandoned all rational thought and ran screaming toward Terwin's castle, first in anguish, then in rage. To the surprise of all present, Elena suddenly stopped screaming and burst into flames, supposedly touched by Magran herself. Terwin's soldiers loosed their arrows, but Elena didn't even slow. She struck the castle gates like a battering ram, bursting through and scattering Terwin's soldiers. Desperate to escape her fury, those who remained threw their master into her path. Her flames engulfed him, and no one knows if the unearthly scream that followed came from him or from her, but within minutes, both of them had burnt to ashes. Only these bracers survived. These bracers are made of bronze, covered in a dark green patina. Etched into the metal is a picture of a slender humanoid engulfed in flames. Strangely enough, the humanoid has no head, only 2 blue orbs where the eyes would normally be. Those are really good. I'm strongly considering buying those, like ASAP. Then you got a bunch of fine weapons, which I don't think I need any additional fine. Ooh, fine arquebus, though. On another fine blunderbuss. But now you've got exceptional weapons, which are pretty glorious. Expensive, though. Exceptional Arbalest is lovely. Man. Can't afford all this stuff. What does it take again to fine eyes a weapon? Yeah, I just said fine eyes. Takes Pilgrim's Crowns, which I don't think I found a place where I can buy herbs yet, have I? Because I've got plenty of Ooze, Plasma, and Adra, and it's a lot cheaper to spend 1,200 than to buy the weapon, but the Pilgrim's Crown seems to be the problem. I used up most of the ones I have. I've only got 2 left, and there's nowhere to buy them that I know of. Let me see something real quick. Ah. Apparently there is a vendor that sells plants in Twin Elms, so I can't get to that yet. Somebody else said there might be one in Deerford. Oh, there might. Yeah, I know who they're talking about. That lady with the cart that does the alchemy and stuff, she might sell some of that stuff. So I might be able to go to her and buy it. I don't know for sure if she'll have them. Like, because if I can just buy the materials and make this thing fine myself, there's no reason to spend, like, the inflated... There's no reason to spend the inflated amount of gold to buy, like, a fine blunderbuss, fine arqueous, that kind of thing. Because, like, a fine blunderbuss, 4,500 copper, that's 3,000 more than a normal one. So, you know, I think I could save a lot of money. So for right now, I could just make this one fine, because I have just enough materials to do that. At which point I only spent 2,700 instead of 4,500. And I mean, the materials are not worth, you know, anywhere near as much money as the... I'll do that, actually. What? What's going on here? How come Grieving Mother has less accuracy? I'm confused right now. Not gonna lie, I'm confused. Okay, why does Seraphina have +5 Oh, never mind. I'm being stupid. She has gauntlets that give her +5 accuracy, so makes sense. Okay, then how come she does more damage? Oh, because she has a lot more might. Okay, those questions have been answered to my satisfaction. Okay. So, but like, you know, these exceptionals, they're just too expensive for me right now, but these bracers though, maybe that ring, maybe those boots, maybe that hat. Those are all things I kind of possibly want. The bracers I absolutely want, no question. So that's gonna be half my money, but I think I'm gonna get them. I'm just gonna get them. Yeah. So who's gonna get those? Like, +1 con and +2 might. Probably Kana. Or maybe Durance. Yeah, I'll put him on Durance. Yeah. Yeah. For now, Durance will wear them. They seem to fit him too. Especially, oh yeah, they're a Magron thing too, so that's like thematically appropriate for him. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything else right now. Some of these other items I might want, but right now I don't want to like spend too much of my money all at once. So.
All right then.
But I'll keep her stuff in mind.
I do have something, if you don't mind stepping on the toes of the Crucible Knights.
Ooh, my dissident
Then again,
thing.
a radical like you would probably love nothing better. Come to think of it, you'll get to make the Domino squirm, too. They never like seeing someone with nicer things than them.
Nice. I like that he reacted to my background of a dissident. Well, I don't mind stepping on their toes, but I wonder if I should turn in my... Wait, I already did, didn't I? No, not yet. But okay, let's just see. Where do I begin?
Some of my other expeditions have come back with a rumor about a place called Leoremen up near Stormwall Gorge. It's supposed to hold some of the greatest weapons those Engwithan bastards ever made, and we've got need of them.
Leoremen. Cast a sidelong glance at you. The knights are meddling in animancy, befouling souls to build metal warriors. Yeah, so I've heard. We've got to be prepared to defend ourselves and the city. Okay. This does sound like something that might make the knights mad. If there's anything that can stand a chance against this madness, it's weapons made by the Engwithans themselves. They made the same kind of abominations in their time. They'd know how to kill them. I've sent the Giant Slayers after the weapons, but they haven't had much luck so far. They're better fighters than treasure hunters. Meet up with them at Wood End Plains and see how far they've gotten. If you can get those weapons, I'll see you get your cut. The bronze beneath the lake. Wenin fears a new scheme by the Crucible Knights and is looking for powerful weapons to hold them back. He's asked me to find mighty Engwithan weaponry from the ruins of Leoremen. A rival adventuring group, Bind's Giant Slayers, was sent, but it's been unsuccessful. Meet with the Giant Slayers at Wood End Plains. According to Wenin, the Giant Slayers couldn't find a way into the ruins. He wants me to meet them at their camp in Wood End Plains to see if they learn anything useful about the site, which is in Stormwall Gorge to the east. Right? Cool. So, at this point, we've got that thing to do. We need to go to Andra's Gift and look for Viana. And Heritage Hill, Edowin Bridge. So first we'll go to Andra's Gift. We're built to last. Gift. We will go through some loading screens. Pretty sure I know which house they're talking about. Let's see. I don't think they're talking about that one. I think they're talking about this one right here.
Keeping an eye out.
Quick save completed. Another set of camping supplies that I never picked up. Oh shit, yep, shit is going down here. This room was empty the last time I was here. Godwina. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed, but not in matched gear like the Crucible Knights. At the center of the group, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work? It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think you're the only ones with power in the city? They call us the Dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. Oh, looks like I really am going to have to make a decision here. If I want to help out the Knights or if I want to help out the Dozens. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. What's going on here? She tightens her grip on her flail. Nothing you need to know about. Oh. So apparently we will not be discussing this. Okay. Well.
Huh?
Word.
That's quite a bunch of them coming. At least a couple of them are rangers because they have antelope companions. Alright. Well. Get it done then.
On.
Close the door, they reopen the doors instantly.
So.
A lot of them.
Tell me.
Following your lead.
Anna. Busting wounds time. Just silent, throw down some silent screams here.
Hey.
I think everybody has their orders.
What?
Oh, he doesn't. She's casting spells. She's a cleric. Casting barbs of condemnation on me for some reason. What did she do? Watchful presence. Why am I dazed? Why am I dazed? I still don't know why I'm dazed. Oh, she just interdicted us. That's why. She interdicted us, we interdicted them. Fair enough. Well, we need to get on her shit, so... We've interdicted, let's, Where is Durance? Oh, he's way in the back. Okay. I'm just gonna drop a Searing Seal back here. And Silent Screams have gone off, right? Yeah, stunned, stunned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes?
Up a Sunbeam back there.
Quit?
What?
Following your lead.
Hey. Hey.
I'm ready.
Following your lead.
Baby Mother's doing her thing.
On your word.
Yeah.
Did it just shoot somebody? Oh yeah, I just wasted somebody. Nice, okay. Let's switch weapons. And got the Mind Blades. Their blunderbuss. Oh, Donweena's getting worked. Searing Seal Trap crit. Lots of crits. Glorious. Alright, cool.
Hey,
Finish off that antelope. We're not even, like, getting hurt, really. Do an iconic projection that way. And,
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
nice. This group of mercenaries turned out to be pretty easy.
Tell me.
What?
Oh, did that guy just get shot by both blunderbusses at once? Because he pretty much looked pretty jibbed there. Breeding mother. Wow, Mind Blade crit for 38. Who else just fired their gun? Because he just got hit by 2 different gunshots. Sounded like. I mean, I guess it was just all Breeding Mother's shot. He didn't really even do that much damage. Like 28, but... And then us. Not bad. Not bad. So I didn't really want to, like, kill the dozens so much, but... I had to. They attacked me. So now I've killed dozens, and Crucible Knights, and House Domino people. I'm pretty much a butcher. Just killing everybody in town. Viana's face is covered in bruises, and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid, hitching breaths punctuate her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here? I thought I was coming to meet my, friend from the Republics. It looked like I walked into a trap. She shakes her head. See, I said it was a trap, or I said it could be a trap. The dozens must have been watching me for a while. I had been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly subtle about contacting me. Just tell me about yourself. Yeah, this seems like a good time for us to just chit-chat about you. About this project. It deals with a rather rare bunch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cleaver's permission. Commissioned it, after all. He laughs nervously. And you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Tell me about yourself. I studied animancy in Ozia, back in the Valian Republics. I came to Defiance Bay to research local advances, but instead of going to Brackenberry Sanitarium, I found a position as a scrivener at the Temple of Wal. I've had access to many rare manuscripts that most animancers never see. She shrugs. Of course, I had to keep my head down. I've been careful not to let the head librarian, or my colleagues, know what I'm working on. Let's get out of here. She gnaws on a split lip. Commander Cleaver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him? I'd kept it with me, to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. You can see how well that worked out. She nods at Dodwina's corpse. She took it from me when I arrived. He takes a deep breath. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. Okay, well, let's collect the loots. Actually, hold on a second. I just want to see. Vienna was tricked by members of the Dozens. Now they're interrogating her about her research for the Crucible Knights. The ringleader must have confiscated her notes. Okay. Let's see what we've got. A fine flail. At least one. Oh, ooh, named armor. Lots of money. Vienna's research. I retrieved Vienna's notes. Dunstan is waiting for them back in Crucible Keep and First Fires. These pages contain Vienna's research on Ingwithan techniques for imbuing matter with essence. She appears to have developed a method based on her studies of animats. On the first page is a note to someone named Dunstan. Aru Brecker. It looks like it's Brigandine. Defense while stunned and prone. Flexion against ranged attacks. This robust Brigandine has been repeatedly reinforced by the Adairan adventurer who once owned it. Thickly padded, the armor was dubbed Arrowbreaker, Arrowbreaker. Served the adventurer well until her fame and fortune made her grow complacent and she allowed an opponent to get too close. While Arrowbreaker protected her from projectiles, it didn't provide the same protection against a mace to the side of the head. I don't think this is really very good for either of my characters that wear heavy armor up here. I also don't think I'd want Endurance to wear it either. I still like him having second chance. And I don't think I'd have him wear it either. I really like him having that minor Spellbind Sunbeam. And of course my back rank characters aren't going to wear it because it's too much slowdown for them. So I think it's just going to get sold. But I might, yeah, I think it's probably just going to get sold. Cool though, that I found, you know, cool and different.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed. Eh?
Have them reload their armor.
Sure. Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
I'm ready.
Oh wait,
Your
no,
thoughts
actually,
must flow deeply indeed.
I want them sticking with
Eh? Sure.
Okay.
Time to see and not be seen.
So I already searched this place. There's not going to be anything new. I'll be alright. Thank you again. So, it says to take the research back to Dunstan, but what I'm actually going to do is go back and talk to... I'm going to go back and talk to, what's his name first? Oh, Dunstan is who I'm supposed to take it to. Right, he is the smith. So I'm going to go talk to Dunstan, and maybe we can do a whole thing where it's like, let's decide not to. I can just, you know, we can pretend like I couldn't find it, or maybe I can talk him out of it. So going back to Dunstan, I think will be my next activity. And then Edowin Bridge. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Crucible Keep. All right. Quick save here. I might even do a real save here.
I suppose Cleaver sent you down here to get me working on those Forge Nights, eh?
Not yet. I've got another question.
So much for his talk of secrecy. I'm building...
See, I don't know. There doesn't seem to be another way to complete the quest, like an alternative person I could take them to. Maybe if I give him the plans, I can still talk him out of using them. Real quick, before I do this, I'm gonna come over here. And talk to the boss real fast.
Have you found that Valian yet? Dunstan needs her research.
I've got Viana's notes. He nods.
Well done. Bring them at Dunstan at once. When you've finished, I may have more work for you.
Alright, I'm gonna give him the notes. And we'll just see what happens.
I suppose Cleaver sent you down here to get me working on those Forge Nights, eh?
Give him Viana's research. I think this is what you've been looking for.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this.
I'm not, and I'm surprised someone as strong-willed as you is going along with it. I've made it clear to Cleaver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this, it's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver's given me his orders, so I've got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find better anywhere in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Now, time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
He turns to his forge, hammer in hand. Takes a polished breastplate and goes to work. Well, there was apparently no talking him out of it.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
Show me what you have for sale. Ooh, named item. Named S-Stock. Yum. Fine, Morningstar, fine, Pike, Poleaxe, Battle Axe. Exceptional plate. Holy shit. That sounds rad. Some named armor there. Oh, that is a lot of exceptional armor. That is glorious. More named items here. Cool. Shod in Faith. Spell holding consecrated ground. Oh, those are good boots. Those are really good boots. The priestess who first wore these boots was a devotee of Bereth, and so steadfast in her faith that she eschewed the use of healing spells and potions in battle. She believed that Bereth would preserve her until the end of her appointed cycle, at which point the god of life and death would take her soul's due. Even others in the priesthood scoffed at her recklessness, and yet she was never felled in battle. The most furious onslaughts of her enemies only seemed to revitalize her, and she was a very old woman when she finally passed in her sleep. I definitely want those. Forge Master's Gloves. They give you some DR versus fire and a minor spell bind of Firebrand. Interesting. These gloves are made of a thick, flame-retardant leather that can protect the wearer's hands from the heat of the forge. They're warm to the touch. These once belonged to a weaponsmith of the Deadfire Archipelago. His skill brought many customers to his shop, but as a large percentage of them were pirates and criminals, he frequently found himself robbed of his fine stock. He had his forge gloves enchanted with spells that would ensure he was never caught defenseless by thieves. Cool. Yeah, because Firebrand is a spell that creates a fiery sword that you can wield. I'm not sure how good it is, and I'm not sure, like, how good those would be for, like, you know, Kalagina or something. Maybe that Firebrand, she would totally kick ass with it. I don't know. Oh, man. Exceptional plate. 16 DR. That is a lot of DR. Eldrick's coat. What is this? DR 14. This must be exceptional brigandine. It is exceptional brigandine. And it also has 20 defense against prone and 15 defense against push. And it's also got extra DR against freezing. That's pretty nice. An anomaly among Red Sarens, Heldrick was a renowned explorer. If there was a stretch of land that could be trod upon, he endeavored to reach it. He became enamored with the harsh beauty of the White Wens after an early expedition, and resolved to travel there as often as he was able. Accustomed to more temperate climes, he pooled the coin he'd gathered, selling exotic artifacts to commission armor, which might protect him against the bitter cold of the southern reaches. Doesn't protect him very much against cold, but a little bit, I guess a little bit helps. Yeah, that's really nice. Don't know that I'd buy it, but it's really nice. And then you have the White Spire. An S-Stock. Wow, it's not even fine or anything. Sort of. Oh, it's good though. It's really good. 5 DR bypass. If you put made finer, this finer exceptional and put a lash on it, plus these cool things it already has. Hold on. Yeah, I might get this for her at some point, and then enchant it up to fine or exceptional myself and put a lash on it myself, and then it would be a nice upgrade for her. Because that inflicts -5 all defenses on hit is pretty fucking rad, and Then plus you can cast Blizzard, which is pretty sweet. The White Spire was found among the possessions of a member of the Order of Bleakwalkers, though it seems to have predated her. The spiraling engravings upon the blade are flanked by small, finely etched symbols of binding and enchantment, which might be credited with the permanent chill of the metal and the thin dusting of frost upon the Estok's hilt. That's right, that's quite nice. I'm not gonna buy it now. I mean, I couldn't buy it now if I wanted to, but... Okay. Pretty tempted to buy these boots right now, even though I won't have a lot of money left. There's an extra free consecrated ground per day. At least one per day. Might be more than one. Because this ring, for example, gives you 3 per day. Same with this armor. In fact, these gloves give you 3 also.
On your word.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
So actually, it looks like everything I have with Minor Spellbind gives it to you 3 times per day. So 3 extra free consecrated grounds a day would be hot. Now, they're boots, right? He has no boots. She has some boots. He has no boots. Oh, yeah, we have to have those. We have to have those boots. So, those are getting purchased right now. Do I have anything I could sell? Oh yeah, I have a few things I could sell. Help defray some of the cost. Yeah, I'll sell that fine flail. I think I'll just hold on to the rest of that stuff for right now. Yeah, Aru Breaker's gonna go. That fine hide. Okay. That takes some of the cost off of it. Yeah, alright. That's not too bad. I've still got a little bit of money.
Eh?
Okay. Now it's just a question of deciding who wears them. So, with consecrated ground... I don't know if... Like... Let's say that she wears them, with all of her enormous intellect and might. What's it looking like? Apparently not looking. Oh.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Hello.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
How come it's not showing up as a... Oh, is it spell holding? Not spell binding. Okay, so that's like his spell holding. It's just like it goes off on its own when you get hit. Maybe a certain amount of times per day. So really those should be on the fighter, perhaps. Although it could be on the back rankers in case they start getting hit. Kind of a toss-up whether I should put it on. I think I'm going to put him on her, because if she starts getting hit, it really starts to be a problem. So having it automatically consecrating on trigger for my back rank characters when they start getting taken damage, it actually seems more valuable than having it on a dare. So yeah, oh, that's going to be really helpful. Not as cool as I thought, because it's not going to be a castable when I want it, but in a way that's helpful too, because I don't have to spend an action even doing it, it'll just happen.
Of course.
That's what the Forge Knights look like, huh? That thing looks like it's pretty tough. But he turns from the forge, setting his hammer on the work table. Ah! You need something! Dunstan yells as if deafened by repeated hammer blows. Yeah, I guess I can't actually just, like, talk to him about the situation and still try to convince him to, I delivered Viana's research to Dunstan. He can now complete the Forge Knights. Alright, well... that's that then. And that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.